Yo, we're back. We're here right now.
We are here.
We are here.
So many things have happened since we last spoke.
Yeah, and it was 4 days, which is
so much.
A lot has happened.
Kyrie Irving played the best game he's ever played in his life.
That's disrespectful, man.
No,
He's
not.
Won a championship.
No,
bro.
that doesn't mean that's
he put up 40 points in the same game LeBron James did. Shut the fuck up,
hold
man.
on. No, look.
Come on, bro.
Look.
You always just gotta take it a little too far.
I'm not taking it too far. No.
It's the first round, bro.
I understand what you're saying, but as far as for me, what I saw, okay, so
you gonna start making me look at Kyrie like I look at T-Mac. G.
Go ahead, that's fine.
For real.
Listen,
because you're wilding, bro.
No, to me, I think this was the best game Kyrie ever played because it was his leadership. Like in those games, he wasn't leading; he was like being directed by LeBron to go be and basically a mercenary or like an assassin. I'm gonna throw you the ball. You gonna go out here and you gonna get buckets. When I saw that Indiana game was, for one. Well, real quick, I do want to say this first about Boston. Yeah, it's dope you up 2-0 on the Pacers, but if you play like this going into the future, you can get smoked in like the second round. Like
by the Bucks?
Yes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Smoke. Like, yeah, it's cool that you came back from being down 10-4, but why you down 10 to the damn Pacers?
They barely scoring 100 points.
Why you down 10 to the damn Pacers?
But they're barely scoring 100 points.
I understand that, but I think
the Bucks
Boston
have one of the best defenses
But I
in
think
the NBA.
that Boston's defense is good enough that you aren't going to be out there scoring like 120 on them. But kudos to Kyrie. He had 18-5 in the first half. In the last 2 minutes of the third, which is really when I feel Indiana was kind of like making their run. Well, no, they made it before then, and they started to go cold. Kyrie picked it up and scored 8 points in the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. And the thing that got me was in the fourth when they made the run. I think Kyrie came back in, checked back in, hit like 2 threes or something like that, and then he pulled up like a heat check 3, and I was like, that was very unnecessary. That was a horrible shot, bad shot. And then Bogdanovic, you fucking balled out today. That's where you miss Marcus Smart. You're not doing that shit on Marcus Smart. They had like Hayward guarding him because like Brown, he had Brown with 4-5 fouls. They had Hayward guarding him. Like that's where you miss Smart. But anyway, he came down, hit a 3, and in the last 3 minutes of the game, he did something that really impressed me.
No, he finally just hit fucking shots.
Who?
Bogdanovic.
I mean, yeah.
He finally just hit shots.
I mean, yeah,
no,
but no,
come on,
no.
He historically doesn't go that cold. He just played afraid in that first game.
I mean,
he looked like a deer in headlights, and they looked at him and they was like, "Yo, we need you to get buckets in order for us to win." And he looked like, "Oh shit, y'all, we need."
I disagree with that. I think that Jaylen Brown played really good defense on him, and then like in this game, you saw he picked up 3 fouls in the first half, so he wasn't even out there to guard him. And when you do have 3, 4, 5 fouls, you can't be as aggressive as you want. And you had Hayward on him. I don't think Hayward is the best defender. And he took it and he took advantage of it. But
no, Bogdanovic that game was 4 of 11, 0 of 3 with 12 points.
You don't think the defense had nothing to do with that? So you don't think the defense?
I'm not giving that to the defense.
You're not giving that.
He looked like a deer in headlights.
You're not giving none of that to the defense.
No, he looked like
the defense didn't do nothing.
He looked like a deer in
headlights.
headlights.
So seriously,
he looked like a deer in headlights.
Wait, real quick. Just going back to game 1.
It was great defense, but still, he looked like a deer in headlights.
But it wasn't good.
So did you not just hear what I said? What I said was, he looked like for the first time they was like, "Yo, we need you to get buckets in order for us to win." And he looked like, "Oh shit, you need for me to get buckets in order for us to win."
Yeah, he also stepped it up. He made Brown pick up 2 fouls. Then you switch Hayward on him, and like Hayward isn't the defender Brown.
You have to get it done, bro. How did you step it up with 12 points?
Who?
And your team scored 74
today.
Okay, I'm not talking about then. I'm talking about in game 1.
I mean, the defense was also much better. The defense on him was much better in game 1. I think. I agree with that.
He came out and played way better. He came out and played a lot better.
I do agree. Jaylen Brown also got hooped up.
He was actually a threat.
I agree.
In game 2, he was a threat.
I agree. And Jaylen Brown also got.
He was a threat in game 2.
And Jaylen Brown also got hooped up. But I do want to get to my point about Kyrie. Those last 3 minutes, after he came down and shot that heat check 3, I'm like, oh shit, don't do this, bro. Like, yeah, you're Kyrie. You could honestly shoot it every single time if you want, especially when you have 37 points and you're on fire. Nobody's really gonna say anything to you. But what he did impressed me. I think he had a drive in which they like doubled him. And he passed it out or something like that. Yeah. And then like
Tatum made a play, I think.
Yeah, and then like I think he realized like, oh shit, you know what? Let me lean on my guys a little bit. Let me be a leader. And even if you look at like the defensive possession, he was like pretty much directing traffic. And then the play that really like was like, yo, like I was very, very proud of him for this. When Brown got the rebound and he literally looked at Kyrie like, bro, you want the ball? And Kyrie was like, nah, bro, just take it up court. Took it up court, drove in, made the play to Tatum, and that was a go ahead bucket.
Brown had 6 points.
Who?
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and that was
kind of sad watching him devolve.
Hold on.
He's devolved.
Hold on.
He's literally like devolved.
Hold on.
He's gotten worse every year in his career.
Hold on. But I think
last
he made.
Year I thought a little, but nah.
But I think that he made the most important play of the game, which is when he drove and made that pass to Tatum. And just that to me showed me Kyrie's leadership. That to me was one of like that last 3 minutes was the best moments of his career as a leader to me. Like, I understand what you did against the Warriors, like, yeah, but that was LeBron's leadership. I know, first round, but these are very, very good signs going forward. He didn't force it. He very well could have took 10 shots down the stretch, and who would have said something to him? That's Kyrie Irving. The fact that Jaylen Brown looked at him when he got the ball, and he was like, nah, bro, you straight. Go up there and take it up court. Catch him by surprise. Took it up court, pass out to Tatum. To me, that was one of the best moments of Kyrie's career, just showing that leadership. Yeah, so shout out to Kyrie for that.
Take him by surprise. Go, take him by surprise. And he just drove to the lane.
It worked. It worked.
I'm literally that's the name of the episode. Kyrie said, take him by surprise.
But
Kyrie said, just go, just take him by surprise.
Take him by surprise, bro. Get it done.
He just probably said walk the ball up court, and then Jaylen Brown Jaylen Brown did some usual tweak shit. It was like, yo, let me try. And he did a good job.
No,
he did a good job, made a good play.
I don't know.
I don't think Kyrie was like, yo, go.
He literally did like this, like push it. He looked at Kyrie, and Kyrie was like, push it. And the man took off running and made the pass.
Hold on, what did you say? Kyrie said what?
Take him by surprise. but going back to Horford scored his first point at the 11:30 mark in the fourth. His first
but he's
point.
Also sick.
He's
he
sick.
Had the flu.
He's sick. Yes, he's sick. So hopefully this is something that don't carry over, whatever. Like, he's sick. But again, like, this is cool with Indiana. Like, yeah, you can come back from 10 down. But going into the future, when you're going like up against Boston, why you couldn't, not Boston, but the Bucks, why you couldn't play like that the whole game? If they played like they played in the fourth, they'd have won by 20. In the fourth, they played lights out. Same with the first game. If you play the way they played in the third quarter, the whole game, you win by 20. You can't turn it on and turn it off against some of these better teams. So, I mean, like, yeah, that's cool and that's dope. Like, Kyrie, great game. Like, I personally think that was the best game he played in his life.
Man,
but
disrespectful. That's disrespectful to Baby Mamba.
Who? How?
Because the man was insane, bro. He was unstoppable.
Granted.
Was unstoppable.
Game 5 is one of the best NBA Finals games I have ever seen in my life. But from a leadership standpoint, Kyrie was not the leader. He was being directed by LeBron. I saw something that came across the today that said, from Basketball Talk, that said Kyrie was mad after he won Game 7. The man, everybody else celebrating, he go in there and FaceTime Kobe. They said after he won Game 1 the other day in Boston, he was jubilant. Went and ran and found his dad and hugged him. So I'm pretty sure to him, that was his best moment of his career. Even in the fucking press conference, the man looked happy. I didn't even know that was him talking. I never heard the man sound like that before. So to him, that was probably the best moment of his basketball career. Because he doing it as a leader.
Going up 2-0 against the Pacers is
the best moment of
Kyrie's basketball career.
Yes.
Let us know if you agree with that.
Yes.
Comment right
For
now
him being
on
a leader.
and let us know if you agree with that.
For him being a leader, yes. For him being a leader, yes. Because the other shit was you being directed by LeBron.
No, bro.
This is him leading his own team on the court.
No.
I think that's probably his proudest moment. What he's most proud of as a basketball player. Because if it wasn't, you just stay with Bron. You wouldn't want your own team. This is what you came here for. You came here for these moments.
What's Kyrie Irving's Twitter handle?
I have no idea what his Twitter handle is.
It's probably like...
Does Kyrie even tweet?
I don't know.
Like, Kyrie tweets like once every 2 months, like to promote some shoes and then like some like Illuminati shit. Like your one eye is awakened type shit. Like, I think that's like all he tweets about. That and to promote some shoes and then shout out Boston.
I wonder where he's at when he's tweeting those things.
Yeah, I have no idea. Probably at the crib. Kyrie look like he can stay at the crib all day and like watch basketball videos.
I don't really want to talk about what Kyrie looks like he does at the crib.
Watch Netflix. He watch mad Ancient Aliens documentaries on Netflix. That man probably done seen every single season of Ancient Aliens. All of them, all 7 seasons. He can tell you all about the aliens coming down and help the Europeans build the pyramids.
That's
have a whole
hilarious.
dialogue with you. But shout out Kyrie. I personally think he played the best game.
Kyrie, shout out
Shaq.
shout out to Shaq West, man. Shout out young Shaq West.
But
man.
again, same time, if they playing like this going into the second round, they gonna get smoked. And you can
I already
really
told you
see
they're gonna get smoked, but I thought they was gonna lose to the Pacers, but the Pacers just don't have enough. And like I said, Bogdanovich, it's game 1, he looked like a deer in headlights. He rebounded in game 2, but you can't lose that lead. After you get that lead back, you can't lose that. That's where you need a guy like Lou Williams or somebody like Lou has turned into a go-to scorer.
I mean, Lou's kind of always been a go-to scorer. I think he just had more opportunity now.
Yeah, but nobody before was giving him the ball with the playoff games on the line.
Cause he was on teams where there were better scorers.
Like I just said, he's turning into a closer. He's a closer. He's a bona fide closer.
By the way, Klay Thompson, we gotta have a whole dialogue with you. Lou been smoking the shit out you, dog.
I mean, yeah. What episode is this?
137?
No, it's 138. We think we just did 137.
Yeah, but we gotta have a whole dialogue about Klay Thompson because Lou had been making that man look foolish.
He has.
Completely foolish. But moving on, I do want to talk about the Warriors Clippers. It's your man's. So what happened in this 31-point collapse?
The Clippers are the Clippers. Like
I said, they would sneak out the game. Could you give me credit?
Man, get out of here.
I didn't think that was how they were going to sneak out the game.
I rewatched that segment because I love how you just took that little 45 seconds.
I said they sneak out the game. And I said they going to put Pat Bev on KD. Give him my credit.
Look. I literally rewatched that whole segment so that way I could literally just see what we talked about the whole segment. The whole segment we talked about how they going to get smoked.
But I did say they might sneak out a game though.
Not in Golden State.
I didn't think they would sneak out in Golden State. I thought they sneak out one at home.
They come on, man, stop that.
What?
We both thought it was curtains. We both thought they was about to be the Utah Jazz. And the funniest part is every NBA team when they get down big, they gonna use the Clippers as an example.
That shit not gonna work. That shit is. I don't even know how it happened.
Like I'm sure the Jazz in Game 2, they probably you saw the clip. No.
That's not happening. That's not happening to y'all. No.
Lou
Will not walking through that door. Montrezl Harrell not walking through that door.
Yeah,
Landry Shamet not walking through that door.
The craziest part was I was on the Clippers in the first half, literally tweeting about Trez, tweeting about Landry, tweeting about Shea. They played awful in the first half to me. Trez was like 4-4, I think, in the first half. Still good, but I needed more from him. And he came in the second half and gave me that more. Lou Will, I needed more from him. He came, he gave me that more. Lou Will is one of the deadliest scorers in the NBA to me.
And he's a very, very underrated passer. And that's one thing that this series is showing.
In the pick and roll, you gotta choose.
Yeah, you do.
And if you the Warriors, you really gotta choose.
Yeah.
Because even if you get him, even if you get a switch with him and Curry at the top, and then you try to run a pick and roll with him and Trez, that means Curry gonna get switched on to Trez, or KD gonna get switched on to Lou Will. That's a decent matchup for KD, but KD ain't stepping out man on man checking Lou Will. But even if it's Clay in that action. You see what he's been abusing Clay. He's been abusing Clay. But I think in game 3 they gonna switch that action up, and then and the Warriors are going more so try to use KD on that side rather than Clay on Lou, because you got to do something different. You can't get Clay out there. He obviously can't keep up with that man. Steph cannot keep up with that man. Put KD on that man. Literally on Lou Will.
I don't think that's what you want to put KD on Lou Will.
I would. Especially late in the fourth quarter.
I just roll with Clay.
Not the whole game, but I would put him on. I would put him on late in the fourth quarter. No, I'm not.
He made some tough, look.
Yes,
Lou Will made some tough shots.
Yes, but he's not going to make those same tough shots over Kevin Durant. That's the difference. And Kevin Durant can step out there and guard him for a couple possessions. I'm fine with KD wanting to be passive. Be passive. I think you the greatest fucking role player ever. Be passive. That's what you do. Be fucking passive. But don't fucking go out there and get hooped up. And you being passive, and you got all the fucking turnovers. Bruh, it's not good enough.
The thing with KD
it's not good enough. Look, you can be James Worthy, but you can't be James Worthy and have bad games.
The thing with
KD
have
good games. That's what James Worthy is to his magic. I mean, to Steph Curry's magic.
The thing
I even remember watching I was watching the Lakers versus who did they play in the first round? I forgot who it was that they played. I think it might have been the Nuggets or somebody in the first round.
What year?
It was in 91, 92. I forgot. I was watching.
It had to be 91. It wasn't 92.
It was
I tell you what 92.
Nah, I forgot what year it was. But it was watching them.
It wasn't Nuggets.
And basically everybody was talking about we need Worthy to go out and have a big game. Worthy's the key guy. He's a key scorer. We know Magic is the leader of this Magic team. I can't remember legit.
Couldn't have been
I was
the Blazers.
just like I just randomly be looking up games on YouTube.
I feel you.
And literally they were talking about Worthy the same way people talk about KD. Like, yo, we need KD to go out there and get buckets. If KD don't have a good game, they not gonna have a good game. We need him to get buckets.
But see, my thing about KD is in that game, I don't think that as far as scoring wise, he had a bad game. I mean, like, see, I was even watching some of old KD. I was watching the Thunder Grizzlies series that took place in 2012. I think the game that went to 3 overtimes. Remember that game?
Yeah.
And if you like watching that game, he's doing the same thing he was doing now. It's like, I mean, yeah, like I can shoot more. But even you heard him talk today, he was like, yeah, like I don't want to shoot like 20, 30 shots. Like that's not what I want to do. Like, yeah, I could go out there and do that and score every time. And like, yeah, but that doesn't really help us. Like, I don't think that KD not shooting the ball was why they lost the game.
I think he getting Drew Holiday right now by Pat Bev.
He's definitely having a huge effect on him.
No, like Pat Bev
is having a huge effect on him.
Pat, like this is what's happening. Pat Bev is irritating the shit out of him on some West Side shit. West like, gee, leave me alone.
Go away. Goddamn.
Like literally, that gif of Pat Bev coming up around the corner. Like what the fuck?
Like, she, where you come from, bro?
Like, what the fuck?
Where you come from? Where did you come from, bro?
Where you come from, Pat Bev?
Where you come from?
Legit, I think KD is just getting frustrated.
Yeah.
The West Side is starting to come out.
Nah,
I'm so glad that I got to ask him that before the playoffs, and he's going out there playing this win the
complete
playoffs.
West Side shit. But nah, but that's just what happens with KD with smaller defenders. For one, it's probably even hard for him to dribble. You think about it, like Pat Bell's probably like when he gets low in the stands, like 5'10". When he gets low in like his you know his defense, KD is like 7 feet. So he put the ball on the floor, that man right there.
Yeah, so do something different. Most skilled player in the NBA.
I mean, like
greatest scorer of all time. Everybody keeps telling me.
Like again, he said like, yo, like I could probably take it, raise up and shoot over him every time, but that's what you want. Like that's what the Rockets made him do. That's what you want him to do. You want him to shoot every time. Please shoot. You can't score that fast. Please shoot. Keep him out of transition. That's fine. We can go 2-2 with anybody. The thing that fucks you up is when Steph get to running down court and Draymond setting screens at fucking half court.
But Steph had a good game.
He had a cool game, but wait. I'm not gonna let you do that because he did have that. Real quick.
No, because you finna hate on him. And
I'm not finna hate on him. I'm just saying. When he got the third foul, with a fourth foul, check back in right before the third. I think at this point, the game might have been like a 20-point game. They cut it to 20. And he had that turnover immediately. Check back in, turn the ball over immediately to Shea. And Shea went to Wilson Chandler. He had a couple turnovers in the fourth. It wasn't perfect. He also had turnovers in the fourth.
When he got back in the game, they was down 12. And when he left the game, they was up by 31.
I mean, like, look, G,
I can't blame him for that.
G, get back in the game, you up 12, G. You shouldn't lose that game, bro.
Bruh, they have all the momentum at that point in time. The coach literally gave up 19 points before he put me back in the game. Like, that don't make sense.
The coach gave up 19 points?
Huh?
The coach gave up 19 points?
Yeah, he did. Steve Kerr be getting out coached. He got out coached.
Was it even a 12? Was it a 12-point game when he got back in the third?
I think it was like a 12-point game.
I think it was, I think it was like a 16-point game.
I can go back and look at the game log.
I think it was like a 16-point game at that point.
It was a 12.
See, play-by-play.
Yeah, you can go ahead. You can look at that.
Scroll down, make sure.
Let me see. Fourth quarter, Steph Curry checks in.
Steph checked in right before the third. At that point, it was like an 18-point game.
Let's see.
Yeah, it was like was it? He checked in with like 34 seconds left, if I'm like not mistaken.
Okay, in the third?
Yeah. And it was like it was like a 17-point game or something like that at that point.
Still, I still blame that on Kerr, man. Kerr always take the man out. Like even
he had four fouls.
Four. So what?
He fouls a lot.
We're up by 31. If he fouls out, I have Kevin Durant.
But first of all, you don't think nobody's gonna lose a 31-point lead? Like,
wait,
real quick.
If you Rambo and you got a machine gun,
but that's such. But
why you just?
But you don't see the issue with what you saying. I have 4 fouls. We up 31. So because we took one man out when we up 31, you think that I'm thinking we gonna lose this whole league? Then the man get back in and turn the ball over immediately, which puts you going into the fourth up 11.
I'm not finna know. I'm blaming that on Kerr.
I'm not blaming that on Kerr.
Warriors fans. Steve Kerr has been, unfortunately to me, slightly getting a little bit outmaneuvered. But they still gonna win the series because Steve Kerr, his brilliance is at making adjustments. That's what he does. Him and his staff, they make adjustments. So he's gonna make adjustments. I'm not wilding about it. If the Clippers lose the next 3 games, I wouldn't be surprised. I hope that they at least win. I hope they win at least 1 game in Staples, so that way both of us can be a part of that.
In the fourth quarter.
Actually, I hope they win both games in Staples. I will actually. What would the world do if the Warriors went down?
I think
3-1?
it's gonna go 6.
No, but what would the world do if the Warriors went down 3-1?
I don't know, but you don't want to see me on the internet if it happened. You do not want to see me on the internet.
I still think that they would come back and win the series.
I think that I don't know about that shit. I literally do not know about that. I do not know. Do you know who in the Clipper locker room?
Yeah.
This ain't the fucking Thunder. I do not know about that.
Yeah, but they ain't
Patrick
got enough.
Beverly will die before he gives up a 3-1 lead.
They ain't got enough.
Patrick Beverly and Montrezl Harrell would literally die on the basketball court before they gave up a 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors. He will dive and tear somebody MCL.
You think Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant?
Yes. If they was to go down 3-1, Doc Rivers himself would die.
We saw Doc Rivers lose a 3-1 lead with
he
Tracy
ain't losing
McGrady.
Another one.
And that
was the goddamn Pistons.
And I love
that shit was different. That man had fucking Michael Doliak with him and Tony Batiste and Darryl Armstrong.
What have I been telling you all season long about this Clippers team? That they remind me of like a new age version of that Pistons team.
I feel you. But
they just,
real quick,
because every guy on the team.
Fourth quarter from Steph Curry. Missed jump shot at the 10-minute mark, at the 10:26 mark, got a rebound. Then he made 2 free throws. Then missed the 3, missed the 2, then made the 2.
He also made the 3 and put them up.
After pushing off. Then missed the one after that.
Was it a foul?
He missed the one after that. No, he didn't. He made it. Then missed the one after that when he could have took it to the rim. You were what? Down 1?
Yeah, I said that was a bad shot.
Turnover by Steph.
I said that was a bad shot.
Missed 3, missed 2, missed 2, turnover.
You ain't got to yell. I'm right here, bro.
Missed 3. That was the 3 last 3 made 3. So he wasn't good either. Wasn't none of them good. There's no excuse on planet Earth for you to lose a 31-point lead. How on planet Earth do you lose? And also real quick, prayers for Boogie. Torn quad, prayers for Boogie. That completely sucks. But going forward,
I hope Boogie still get paid, man.
I mean, I think he'll probably just go back to Golden State at this point. Like, why not? I feel like I don't know how much money are you giving a man who tore his Achilles and then tore his quad on the same leg. Granted, he did look good when he was out there.
Yeah, but he probably ought to sign for like $7 million.
I don't know if he's gonna get more than that anywhere else. Like at this point, you injury prone. You've had 2 significant, pretty much injuries in the past 14 months. Yeah, like you've had 2 tears.
He's not injury prone. He just needs to sit down.
I personally think he came back from the Achilles too early. I think he should have took a little more time, and also I think that like the Warriors and Steve Kerr and the training staff probably did him a bit of a disservice by ramping his minutes up that quickly.
I'm not gonna blame it on him. I'm blaming it on his play style. He's playing like a guy who ain't coming off of Achilles.
He does play like that. He does play a little more reckless.
Coming off of an Achilles.
He does.
Like even that play, there's no reason he should be diving for that ball.
I don't think he dived though. I think like he just like was trying to get it, and then like his shit just gave out.
But he was still running full speed towards a basketball that's going out of bounds.
I mean, but I think he was gonna let it go out of bounds, but this shit just gave out.
I don't know about that.
I don't think he was trying to.
It wasn't no light jog over there to get that ball.
I mean, yeah, he's running full speed, but I think his leg just gave out. Like you can't tell the man not to run full speed.
Yes, I can.
I think his leg just gave out.
When you're coming off of an Achilles tear, just let the ball go out of bounds. There are more possessions in the basketball game that are more important, and your health is more important than that possession. I mean, now who's to say if he would have torn it at another point in time? But also, the thing about muscles and tears and all that stuff is when you put a certain amount of pressure on them in a certain situation, sometimes they just go pop. So in that situation, if you just let it go out of bounds, bro, we not mad at you. You coming off a torn Achilles. We here. I understand. He was actually having a decent game up until that point.
It was like 3 minutes to the game.
He was having a decent game. Yeah. Sometimes he can come out and get cooked immediately, and you're like, damn, we got to get Boogie off the floor. It wasn't one of those situations. He was actually having a decent game and putting forth energy, which when Boogie playing, I just need him to play with energy.
The one thing that I think it really does hurt them that Boogie got hurt is rebounding. Like Boogie is far and away the best rebounder on that team and one of the best rebounds in the league. But like them being so lethal with obviously like best 3-point shooting team ever. If you get an offensive rebound and defense already scattered, pick who you want to kick it out to. Yeah. And I think that's one thing that like going forward, like granted, look, I said that he would get abused in the pick and roll. Yeah, that happened by Montrez and Lou Will when they played in game 1. But you can't run that play 48 minutes. Even going forward to the Rockets series. Look, man, the last time he played the Rockets,
they just need to play For the Clippers just need to play better. The Clippers just need to eliminate mistakes.
But look, real quick. Going forward, look at the future, because we would all assume, like, just at least assume that the series would be Rockets Warriors.
Yeah.
At this point, looking forward, I mean, look, man. The last time
I'm not gonna assume it. The series is 1-1 with the Clippers.
Fair.
I'm gonna be respectful.
Fair.
I've been saying all year long that I thought that they would be like a top 5 seed.
I think it goes 6.
They just lost some games that they should have won at the end.
But even still, like, I mean, even still, like, that's big in this series. Like, Montrezl can't just abuse Boogie down low. Montrezl can abuse Looney. Like, Montrezl, Capella, some of these bigs can abuse Looney. I personally think. You're not just going to go out and win it. Looney has been playing much better, especially on switches. When he gets switched out, I think that's where he does have the advantage over Boogie. But if we're talking about rebounding and being a force in the paint, and actually, like, and also I think that you don't even lose that 31-point lead if Boogie is on the court. Because, again, what do I always say? You like, need a post scorer. Now, I think that may have even messed them up in that game. Like, they may have been used to having that post presence and, like, having that post scorer, a guy that, you know what, we can't score right now because you dump the ball into you and see what happens. If somebody on a run, you can dunk the ball in the Boogie 2 times, like, yo, do some shit with it. Yeah. Because he's bigger than everybody else and he'll get you a bucket. No, so I think that this loss...
It's a bad injury.
I think that this loss actually does hurt this team.
I actually want to play the Warriors on 2K now. You know what I mean?
I feel
like
you.
Before with Boogie, they were unfair.
That shit was not fair, G.
Before with Boogie,
that shit
the
was
Warriors
not fair.
are literally
that shit
unfair.
was not like I remember when I first bought that game. I played the Warriors. I think they would beat me like 41-10 in the first quarter. I'm like, yo, this shit is like unfair.
Yeah, it's not fair.
It's not fair.
But I mean, yeah, it sucks, man. Shout out to DeMarcus Cousins. Prayers for you, bro.
Prayers for you.
No disrespect. I just hope that you can turn it around. Like I tweeted, I hope you manage your money right. I think a lot of athletes don't realize, like, you should look at a guy like Boogie as like an example of like why you should manage your money right. Or even look at guys like IT, and not in a disrespectful manner, but like we look at guys like them, and we were looking at like, yo, they about to get these humongous $100 million, these huge contracts,
never know what can happen.
and it never happened. If IT don't get hurt, IT might have not got $100 million, but he might at least got $50-60 million.
He can get way more than that, probably like 70 at least.
Still, Boogie, if Boogie didn't tear his Achilles, he's getting a max from the Pelicans.
150,
and him and AD are bringing hell upon the league this year in the playoffs.
If he doesn't get hurt, that team, honestly, not even joking, might have went to the finals. I'm not even fucking joking. With the way they was playing, Nico was still there.
Yeah, but I mean like a shooting guard. I mean like a small forward shooter. I'm not talking about Nico.
I mean,
Nico's
but
not enough shooting.
I mean, like, bro, if you look at the way that they were playing, but like when he went down, they were just starting to figure it out. They were just starting to figure it out.
Yeah, but Nico's not a guy that I'm depending on to get to the finals.
Man, dog,
Which is also why he's on the Milwaukee Bucks bench
but also, did you see the way Drew was playing? I mean, like, bro, like, look, dog, if that man don't get hurt, you have a realistic chance to go to the finals, especially when the game slows down. Like, you're not going to be running up and down the court in the playoffs. That's not going to happen. When the game slows down, pick who you want to take it. Like, that team had a realistic chance to do something. Which is also why I think it's a good time to bring this up. David Griffin, now with the Pelicans.
Yeah.
He says that he's gonna chat with Rich Paul. He said he's in a good relationship.
Nope, I don't.
That he think that he can salvage the relationship.
Nope.
I don't know why you would want to. Personally,
David Griffin.
I know why you would want to because that's AD, but I don't like. I think that you're missing a good shot to finesse somebody.
I would literally call the Knicks right now, bro. You can have this, man.
I gotta see what the pick is.
Pick. I don't care.
I gotta see what the pick is.
I want Zion.
I gotta see what the pick is.
Zion for the Pelicans would sell way more tickets than AD.
Oh yeah.
He would sell a lot of tickets.
A lot of superstars.
All the North Carolina fans would even be going to Louisiana.
A lot of superstars would sell way more tickets, which is why I said I don't think AD is somebody, a casual fan, that's like, I must see AD play. Like, what does AD do that you're like, whoa?
AD, your ass can't shoot.
Like, even like Giannis. I feel you that casual fan, Giannis running down the court dunking on people. Like, yeah, I'll come pay to see Giannis.
I thought she was about to disrespect
watching
Giannis play basketball. Say if you could see a man jump over another man on the basketball court.
I'm saying yeah, but like
and that other man is 6'7".
Steph, right? He pulling up literally. They set the screens for the man at half court. He pulling up from fucking 34 feet.
I just want to say I've never seen Steph Curry play basketball live in person. So it's gonna be dope. We covered both game 3 and
I'm gonna
game
be
4
up there
the
writing the goddamn game plan for this man.
Exactly.
Up there writing goddamn typing the game plan down, the stop Steph game plan.
Actually, you should do that. Your whole time you there, you should write like your game plan adjustments.
I've been thinking about I've been like thinking about writing literally like a whole like stop Steph manual, like doing an article on it, like writing a whole like literally stop Steph manual and taking like the Wizards game from the earlier this year and taking in like a couple of clips, mainly the clip.
The Wizards game.
That was the absolute worst defense I have ever seen any human being play on Steph Curry. Shout out Steph, he gave him work.
Okay.
But that shit was the worst defense I've ever seen a human being play on that man. But
David Griffin, you don't salvage the relationship. Get rid of Anthony Davis.
I think you should.
Obviously, you don't want Brandon Ingram because he has his medical issues. But if I'm him, I call up the Lakers and say, look, y'all ain't got no president. Let's make a deal.
I don't want the Lakers.
No, but listen, this is why I want the Lakers. Because I want to incorporate the Bulls into this and get a 3-team trade going. I told you, they already want to get rid of Lonzo. I know LeBron likes Lonzo, but if you the Lakers, you gotta ask yourself, what would you rather, Lonzo Ball or Anthony Davis? And then you still got cap room going into the summer. I want 80. 80 is box office. Them Lakers tickets like $250 right now. They're gonna be $300 if 80 come. To sit at the top where the press box is.
The only thing is, bro, if you get that, you still need a guy when the game is on the line who you giving the ball to. Because it's not LeBron and it's not AD. You need a guard. No, it's not. You need Kemba.
You can get Kemba.
Nah, if Kemba gonna come there, that's cool.
You can still get
But
Kemba.
Kemba gonna have to give up money, though. Like Kemba might get offered $200 million by Charlotte.
I'm putting you in Space Jam, G. Michael Jordan was in the first Space Jam. I'm putting you in a new one.
Good point.
And Mike can't tell me no. I'm putting you in a new one, okay? And Mike can't tell me shit.
Yo, that will raise LeBron's go point so goddamn. That will raise LeBron's go point so much. Oh, okay, you want this money back? Get a Space Jam. I'm gonna give you a fucking premier role in Space Jam. You in every other scene.
He gonna be like Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley was great in Space Jam, by the way.
Yeah,
he was.
So, I mean, everybody was in Space Jam. Like, Space Jam was a very, very dope movie. Yeah. Space Jam was one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah. But if I'm him, get that man. Hey, man, you want this role, G? Come to LA. But if I'm David Griffin, I go ahead and I make that trade and see if I can get a 3-team and try to finesse the Bulls out of a pick and see if I can get Lonzo. I'm sorry, and see if I can get that pick from the Bulls, which will be a decent pick.
It'll be a top 5 pick.
Which will be a top 5 pick. I get the Lakers pick, which is the pick from there. I send Alonzo to Chicago. You give me Kyle Kuzma.
So who is Chicago getting? So who is Chicago?
Alonzo.
Getting?
And then if and you want picks, I give you all these picks.
So Chicago is trading. So wait,
and then
Chicago is trading.
Pick somebody you want, bro. And get and Felicio contract to go back. And pick somebody you want that ain't Otto Porter, Zach LaVine, Wendell Carter, or
if I'm the Bulls, I need Hart. If I'm the Bulls, I need Hart.
So what? Give me Josh Hart too. I don't care.
Okay, all right.
Fine. It's Anthony Davis. Take whoever you want. Okay. I will re-sign KCP and trade him away if you want. If that's what your heart desires. Okay. I will re-sign that man. You saw what he did when the season didn't matter no more. That man was hooping. Get that man 15 shots a game. Him and Drew Holiday, they locking up everybody. I'm joking.
I mean, that would be a decent backcourt.
Come on, G.
That would
start that point guard. Drew Holiday.
Yeah. Fuck it. Play point guard.
Drew, KCP, and then who? And then what? The number 2 pick. You could probably get Cam Reddish. You could probably finesse a Cam Reddish and
give Julius some money. Fuck it. Come on.
That's
a decent team. G, you low key gonna be better than you were last year. I promise you.
No, G, you're not gonna tell me that, bro.
Yes, you will.
Come on, G.
It's gonna be very look. I promise you. It's gonna be.
But also New Orleans will get Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, you'll be going better. Yeah, come on, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like literally, they're gonna trade Anthony Davis and they're gonna win more games. The Ewing effect is gonna be live and direct. We're gonna call that shit the AD effect after that.
It depends on where he goes. If he goes to the Knicks, then no. Because I've been seeing some rumors on Twitter about the Knicks. If he goes to the Knicks, then no. But also, literally, that would be New York trading Anthony Davis for Zion Williamson, and I'm not trading anybody for Zion Williamson.
I'm not trading anybody because he gonna bring in so much goddamn it's past basketball. You know how much fucking money he gonna bring in?
I don't care if he's terrible. Can you still dunk?
Can you dunk? Can you windmill? Get your ass on that goddamn floor. Bruh. I've been to the Garden. The Garden deserves that.
Bruh,
I've been to the Garden.
Bruh, and he's 21. Throw him the ball.
He's not 21. He like 20.
He 20?
He's not 21.
He only 20.
Ain't no way he 21.
Zion's still 20?
He gotta be 20. He ain't no 21.
That's crazy, bro.
He ain't no 21.
Already better than LeBron.
Okay, stop.
LeBron ain't get to a Final Four.
Here's when you're going to. Cause
LeBron ain't get to a Final Four.
LeBron won 3 straight
LeBron ain't win
titles.
Final Four. Zion
didn't go either. He lost in the Elite 8.
Zion 18.
Zion didn't go either.
That was
Elite
the
Eight.
Elite
He ain't go to one either.
That was the Elite Eight. That sucks, G. I'm still mad at the refs from the college tournaments, bro. I hated all that shit.
Fuck the refs do.
Huh?
Fuck the refs.
I thought it was terrible throughout the whole tournament.
It's college.
I hate that shit, though.
It's college.
Everything is terrible. Including that fingertip for Texas Tech.
That was terrible.
I'm not letting that shit go.
That was terrible. But
what's the next matchup?
Moving on, I want to, look. I want to talk about Blazers Thunder. Because, look, I will say this. I told y'all for about 3 months, do not sleep on the Blazers. Now, I kind of wavered on that when Nurk's leg snapped in half. But, like I said, luckily they did sign Cantor. And Cantor, even defensively, has been stepping up. And I just want to talk about Dame for a second. It's not even the offense, because, forget the offense. The offense, has always been there with Dame. But his defense has actually been very impressive.
I don't know if I can agree with you on that one.
But what? But his defense?
I mean, Russ ain't been shooting great all season.
No, it's not just that. It's like he's baiting him into doing what he wants him to do.
No, that's what Russ always does. Pull up, take terrible shots, and if you make him have a great game, doing this shit.
No, but he's even
if he not, then he's walking around and doing mad shit.
No, but even on the drive, he's probably taking maybe 2 to 3 charges in his series. He's been great all around the floor. And look, man, I personally think it's something really wrong with PG's shoulder. I was watching. Why you got all the goddamn tape on you, G? You being held together.
Harden got tape on him.
Not that much.
He got it on his wrist and all that stuff.
That's his wrist.
Yeah,
and it's probably not his shooting
but
wrist.
He used to have it on his arms too.
Is it his? He didn't have that much tape on it. He had 2. Huh? Harden had 2 strips. G, this man PG's shoulder they take that shit together, they holding it on. T-Mac said he think the man got a torn labrum. Mm-hmm. That's what he said. Cause he said he played when he got a torn labrum. If I picked the Thunder in 6. But if Paul George's shoulder not healthy, I don't know how that can happen. They might get swept.
He's still averaging 26.5 points per game.
Yes.
It ain't no excuses for him,
I understand that. And
look,
ain't
no excuses for
shout out to Paul George because the thing that he did
Dame
doing
Lillard is averaging 29.5 points. Shout out to him.
Because the one thing that he did doing game 2, which I actually liked that he did, was he made an adjustment I'm not shooting good. Let me work inside the arc.
Yeah,
which is what he did.
Yeah, but can't nobody else on that team shoot.
That's the issue. You the best shooter. So if you can't shoot and you the best shooter, and we playing against Portland who pulling up from everywhere, and Dame plays the worst defense on point guards with any kind of range. Why are you letting Dame dribble up into multiple threes?
I'm not putting that on Russ. I'm not just Dame has streaks sometimes where he'll start doing that, but I'm not always looking at Dame to do that all the time.
You can't just look at bro. You the man. You can't just watch Dame. You got to pick up Dame at half court. I'm thinking
they coming up to set up a play. I'm not thinking Dame finna walk up and pull up from fucking 40.
He does it all the time.
I know, but I'm not playing him for that. I'm playing my percentages. And the percentages don't lend towards Dame. And everybody today sent you the percentages when you said all that bullshit.
No. So what's bullshit? I said literally, we talking about just walking up in the threes. About the same level.
No,
now obviously
the numbers don't say
there were no
level.
Numbers that was talking about. Everybody was tweeting me full on percent. I was like, yo, how much that shit came in transition? If we talking about just walking up into that shit or just standing still, I'm going to stand here from 30 feet and shoot. There are no percentages, and I think it's about the same. Dame literally, first of all, you saw it in the All-Star game. You saw it today. I tweeted out a whole game. Hold on, wait real quick. I tweeted out a whole fucking compilation. 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. When it comes to just walking up, standing there, and shooting, Dame got the same range as anybody. Now, if we talking about running full speed, obviously nobody else like that, man. That's what make that man incredible. Running up full speed, pulling up, yeah. But if we talking about walking up, standing still, Dame got the same range as anybody. Regardless, you got to get out there. I'm even looking at TV, literally, I'm even watching multiple times. I'm like, bro, get up on Dame. Get up on Dame. He gonna shoot that. Get up on Dame. He gonna shoot that. When I watch Dame all the time, I'm literally thinking in my mind, you better get up on him. He'll shoot that. You better get up on him. He'll shoot that. So after you see this happen multiple times, get up on the man. The man started the series, if I'm not mistaken, put up from 30 feet. Get up on the man. Guard the man. Did he not? If I'm not mistaken, the first shot of the series was him pulling up from the Mazda Center logo. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it?
Motor Center.
No, it's not the Motor Center. It's
not
like
the
the
Mazda.
Motor Center or
It's not
something
the
like that.
Mazda.
It's not the Motor Center.
The Moda, M-O-D-A.
Whatever, the Motor Center. He pulled up from the goddamn logo Lillard. His nickname is Logo Lillard. Guard that man.
Yeah, it's the Motor Center.
Whatever. His nickname is Logo Lillard. Guard that man. Russ consistently plays the worst defense on any PGs with range. He is the only human being who will see Steph coming across the screen and go for the steal. Why you do that? If you don't get it, that's a bucket every time.
Yeah, but that's what he does. He gambles.
My thing about Russ is, man, like, bro, like this, it's kind of embarrassing.
For who?
Russ.
No, it's
Game
not.
2 was embarrassing.
No, it's not.
Game 2 wasn't embarrassing?
No. It's not embarrassing. I mean, it's what happens when you got a team that can't shoot and you can't shoot. He ain't been shooting all year long. The thing that makes Russell Westbrook great is that he just takes a lot of shots and he can give you 10 rebounds and 10 assists. That's what makes Russ great. If Russ wasn't giving you, if Russ was only averaging like 8 points per game, Russ not taking nowhere near them amount of shots. You taking the ball out of his hand.
8 points per game.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was like 8 point, what?
Okay, fine.
What the fuck are you saying?
Okay, fine. If Russ was at like 10 a game, if he was giving you like 10, 10, and 10.
He's Rondo.
You not giving him that many shot attempts.
I mean, yeah, he's Rondo.
He needs to be a Rondo, and he's not being a Rondo. But he also don't got nobody that's
but he can't.
that can shoot.
He has to shoot more because
No,
fucking
he
PG
doesn't.
showed it.
No, he doesn't. He has to play smart. The best games for Russell Westbrook are when he's like 9 of 14.
But like what is PG shooting in those games?
I don't
That's
care
what I would like
about
to
what
know.
PG shooting.
It matters a lot.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it
you know why?
does.
You know why it doesn't matter to me? Because I need him to go out there and consistently be the best player on the floor, which he should be. A former MVP. He should be. He should undoubtedly be the best player on the floor.
I agree with
you.
you.
But he's not. And that's the difference. But in this series, I said it. I said, what are you going to get? You going to get good Russ or you going to get bad Russ? So far, we didn't got nothing but bad Russ. And that's just what it is. We getting bad Russ. I said it for a long time. We get bad Russ. We got it depend on which one. And I said it ain't no excuses for Dame. And you know what? It still ain't no excuses for Dame. I picked OKC in 6. I'm not finna shy away from my pick, but also it still ain't no excuses for Dame. So they better not lose this series in 7. They better win this series. And then we can talk about Dame Dollar, because then that means Dame Dollar better win the next series.
Who would they play next? They would be playing
Denver or the Spurs.
No, I think they have a realistic chance to go to conference finals. Like I
so
said,
I expect them to. They are conference finals or bust, or I don't want to hear about it.
Like I said,
but
they are
Russell
realistic.
Westbrook should be the best player on the floor undoubtedly every single night, but he has not been. And I have no one to blame but Russell Westbrook and his bum ass shooting. Because if he shot better, we would not be having these conversations.
It's not even just his shooting, though. It's like
if he shot better, we would not be having. No, because if he shot better, he wouldn't be having these. We wouldn't be having the conversations we're having about the turnovers and the bad passes.
Yes, we would.
Because he would be more in rhythm.
No,
when Russ is in rhythm, his turnovers are way down.
No, it's not even that. It's like, for instance, game 1, right? When you get the rebound, and it's like, I think it was like 40 seconds left, and you just dribbling the traffic. Like, what the fuck, bro? It's just certain things Russ does where it's like, what the hell are you doing? Personally. So,
bruh, he's recording a podcast. Come on, G. What the fuck, bro? Fuck. Hey, I need them quarters back. Use what you need and bring them shit back.
Should we keep this? Should we like keep this on camera?
I don't give a fuck, man.
Should we?
What the fuck, bro?
So look, that was
Thinking
actually
he's a landlady and shit.
that's actually be cute. That shit was real life. That was actually Scott coming down asking for quarters. We thought it was the landlady. We thought my man was about to get thrown about it. Yo, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, see, you should see your ass like, oh my god. You're like, oh my god. You thought you should come back in here. Hey y'all, we gotta stop. We gotta get thrown up out here. This motherfucker Scott asking for some goddamn quarters. Oh shit. Oh my god. Whew. Oh shit, that's funny as hell. Oh man. Well, yeah, there you go. Hoops and Brews is real life. This is real life situations going on right now. Man's came to ask for some quarters. He think he finna get thrown out. I ain't even know what to say no more. I'm like, I don't really know if I just keep talking about this shit, cause this man might get thrown the fuck out. So I don't really know if I should keep talking about this shit right now. Usually I would have kept talking, but I'm like, man, cause that knock was so like just like the worst knock ever. It wasn't even like a homie knock. It was like I need to talk to you knock. Did he even text you before he came down here and did this?
No. Like, G, what up? I could have been here fucking or something. He wouldn't even know, G. You know how mad I would have been if I would have been here fucking. And my door, and like I'm like, G, what the fuck? I like gotta put on my robe and shit.
And Scott,
like get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god.
All right.
Regardless, man, Russ play better, man. Like, don't go outside like this. Russ, you out here going outside. Russ play better. Shout out Dame. Moving on, Nets Sixers. The game won't surprise you.
No.
It shocked the shit out of me. I was very disrespectful to Brooklyn. I thought they were gonna get swept.
I thought that they was gonna get swept, but it didn't surprise me because of how limited Joel Embiid is, and how and like I told you, Tobias Harris is not like you told me. Tobias Harris is a better scorer than Luka Doncic. You think Luka Doncic is going out there and putting up those performances? Hell no.
But
Hell
probably
no.
not because Lucas played. Lucas played in MVP.
Hell no.
Lucas played in EuroLeague championship games, so probably not.
Hell no. He's not going out there and playing like that. He's playing way better. So from that perspective, no, he's not a better scorer than him. He had to go out there and get it done. He was playing like trash in the first game. Jimmy going out there and putting up basically 30 through three quarters. You got to play better. You got to play better. And Ben Simmons had to play better. He came back, rebounded in game 2.
I think a lot of that was the fact that Jared Dudley didn't play. Jared Dudley was playing like fucking Dennis Rodman in game 1.
Oh my god.
He was. Jared Dudley was out there playing like look. I think Jared Dudley. Now obviously, like if you gonna lose, you gonna lose. But I think that Jared Dudley's just presence on the court, being a veteran, being able to tell people, yo, do this, do that, and even just like use his body to get position. And I think that hurt him a lot that he wasn't there in game 2. I honestly think that really, really hurt him.
I mean,
just
I
Tobias
scored 4 points in game 1.
That's inexcusable.
In game 2, Tobias Harris, the guy who you told me is a better scorer than Luka Doncic, scored 19 on 5 of 12 shooting. 5 rebounds, 2 assists. No,
solid.
Not a better scorer. Not a better offensive player. This is the guy that if you Doc Rivers, you looking at that, you looking at game 1 being like, that's exactly why I traded.
Yeah, I told you they didn't trade their best player. The best player is Danilo.
No, the best player is Lou Williams. The best player is Lou Williams. Montrezl Harrell's second. Danilo's the third best player.
Fair.
But I think Danilo's the best starter. I think Montrez and Lou have to come off the bench and develop their rhythm against the bench guys. I don't know if they would be doing the same thing if they were starting.
I agree.
I think if Lou was starting, Lou would be averaging more like 17 rather than like 20.
I agree.
But if him coming off the bench against anybody six man, it's like no.
It's unfair.
Yeah. So yeah.
But again, I still think like Philly takes the rest of these games. Like literally, I think they should win the next 3.
They should, but I don't think they will. I think this series now goes 6. That's the problem with teams letting these other teams like come back and escape. That's the problem with the Warriors. You took what would have been a 4-game series.
Now they got confidence,
and you made it into probably a 5 or 6 game series. Obviously a 5-game series, but into a potential 6 or 7 game series.
Because you look weak to them now.
We're not having that you look weak. It's just that you give them a little bit of momentum. Like momentum is everything. And I believe that in basketball, which is why teams that are always playing the best going into the playoffs usually play the best in the playoffs. Teams that are playing terrible going into the playoffs usually get their ass beat. And that's just kind of how that is. But except for the 76ers last year, but that's because they ran into Al Horford. Joel Embiid ran into Al Horford, and that man is a Hall of Fame defender. That man went out there and had 4 points in game 2, right? But had 10 rebounds and Hall of Fame defense. Al Horford in game 2. That's what. He had the flu though. He had the flu. He had the flu. He gave you 10 rebounds. He gave you 10 rebounds with the flu. He played decent in the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter he was huge. I think they came out the fourth quarter and the first 2 plays got ran for Al Horford. It was kind of like set the tone for the whole quarter in my humble opinion, personally. But like I said, I still think the Sixers should win these next 3 games. I think they had a much better team.
This man really came through for some fucking quarters.
He knocked on your door like that man was the police, bro. That man said, like, why you knock like that, G? We got phones, bro. Who don't text people? He was like, oh, shit. He was like, oh, shit. Hold on. It's like, yo, what the fuck?
But I think that it depends. If Philly comes out and dominates in game 3, then I think that I'm sorry, I can't stop thinking about this. If Philly comes out and dominates in game 3, then I think that then the series will be over in 5. But if they come out in game 3 and they barely escaped with a win. Brooklyn's gonna win in Game 4, and then this series is gonna wind up going 6 games. But I think that basically what I need from them in Game 3 is for Jimmy to come out and be effective. And in Game 4, I need Ben Simmons to come out and be the best player on the floor. And the reason why I need Ben Simmons to be the best player on the floor in Game 4 is because then that's going back home, and you should have all the confidence you need. And then hopefully, for Game 5, they can rest Embiid. Right? You know what I mean? Like with that situation, with that scenario, we rest him a game. If we win Game 5, then cool, we at home. We got a home game. If we win Game 5, then cool, we go on to the next round, and we can at least get Joel some rest. If we lose that game, we go and we play Game 6. We play Joel in Game 6. But I think that Ben Simmons has to be the best player in Game 4 so that way they can have enough confidence to want to sit him down. But if he going to go out there and play like he played in Game 1, which has been sorry, I said you're going to be better than LeBron, bro. You're embarrassing me. Don't do this to me. Even I got to tweet out bad memes about you for retweets because you're doing this to me. So stop doing this to me, Benjamin Simmons. This is wrong. This is wrong. It's going to forever be wrong.
I really just think Jared Dudley had a legit impact on that man. I think he had a very high basketball IQ and just like used his body and positioning very well. He was like, he even said like, yeah, he's a lot like LeBron, but I just don't have to pick him up at the 3-point line. I can pick him up at the free throw line. That's literally what he said.
He can't guard LeBron.
Yeah, because he got to pick him up at the 3-point line. You got to pick Ben Simmons up at the free throw line so we can guard him. I just got to use my body and make sure that like I don't foul him.
Yeah, I'm not upset at
but
that. What's the next series?
Moving on, I want to talk about Toronto and the Magic series. Caught hell for it on Twitter, but in Game 1, I honestly don't think Lowry played bad. He didn't play good. But obviously we gonna get these jokes off because you didn't score. But I don't think he was terrible. He did have 8 rebounds. He did have 7 assists. I think he had a steal. He only took 7 shots. I think the issue for him was he just realized like, oh shit, like my shot isn't falling tonight. So let me just do everything else and not be as aggressive as I need to be.
The man had as many points in that game as I did.
He did.
No.
But he did have 8 rebounds, 7 assists.
He rebounded in Game 2,
hold on.
Game 1, he was bad.
He did. Look. He did also have the highest plus minus on the team. Sometimes, real quick. Sometimes I do use plus minus. Like I use plus.
Stupid heels, bro.
But no, look, listen.
Why we had to talk about Kyle Lowry scoring 0 points in Game 1? It's irrelevant, bro. They already played a Game 2. They finna go to Orlando.
Real quick.
Can we talk about the game that's gonna happen in Orlando?
I'm gonna get to it.
Fuck out of here.
I'm gonna get to it. But I didn't think that he played terrible in Game 1. I definitely think he needed to improve upon that. And in Game 2, he did come out and do that. He came out, was a little bit more aggressive. Basically was just like more. That's really the only thing he did was just be more aggressive. And then Kawhi came out, and that man looked like prime Michael Jordan with the fadeaways he was hitting and the stuff he was doing in the mid range. For Orlando, Vucci man is costing himself some money right now. That man looks awful.
In Game 2?
In both of the games, he looked awful.
He's going to be okay.
I don't know if he's going to be okay.
He's going to be all right.
I don't know if he's going to be
He's going to be all right. He's got Marcus Gasol in him. He just needs to find a rhythm. But the good part is that they're tied going into Orlando. So all he has to do is have a good game. And then everybody else can fall in line where they do, which is actually why this series is another one of those series, kind of with the Warriors, where this should have been a 4-game series, a sweep. But it should have been a sweep. It should have been a sweep.
The Magic played too good a defense.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I said from the start that this is going to be a 6-game series, but it should. 5 or 6-game series. But this should have been a sweep. Like realistically, if Kawhi and this team is as dominant as they are, they should have went out and dominated. Especially with Vucevic having 2 bad games in a row. I won't say bad games because I don't feel like he was. I feel like bad games to me are when I feel like you hurting your team. I don't feel like at any point he was hurting the team.
I agree with that.
I just feel like at certain points it's like we need more from you and you're not giving that to us. But also he's playing against a guy that's a former defensive player of the year before and a team and one of the best teams, and you got Pascal defending, and if you get switched on Kawhi, you got fucking Kawhi on you. Like
then you got Serge.
No. I'm just saying, like, I mean, you got 4 dudes that at any point at any given time throughout the game that are all guys that are capable of being like, if they had an all NBA third, defensive team, all NBA third defensive team guys,
y'all need to make one, by the way, NBA. Make an all defensive third team.
But I think this series still goes 6. I think that Kawhi winds up taking one of these games. I think the Magic probably win like Game 3, lose Game 4.
You think the Magic win Game 3?
Yeah, I think the Magic gonna win Game 3. Okay. I think Kawhi is gonna continue to get. I think we're gonna continue to see if Kawhi is really the guy that we think he is. If he's really a number 1, or if he's really a number 1 a Russell Westbrook masquerading as a number 1. That's how I feel about Kawhi. But I think that we'll see, because if you can't get us out of the first round against Orlando, then we got bigger problems. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if Kyle Lowry's leg fall off. You should not be losing to the Magic. But basically, like Kawhi said, we had some communication issues in Game 1. We fixed that. It's basically, give me the ball and get the fuck out of my way. Let me fade away. Let me do this shit. Let me use the claw.
Let me fade away.
I'm finna claw these motherfuckers to
death. Let me shoot my goddamn fade away.
I'm finna claw them
Give me
to
the
death.
ball. Let me shoot my motherfucking mid-range fade away to get the fuck out of my way.
And get out of my way.
But no, one thing I do want to see as far as adjustments in Game 3 is I want to see Jonathan Isaac guarding Kawhi a little bit more. I think that his length could give Kawhi a little bit of trouble.
He got to shoot a little bit better too.
No, he has to drive the ball. He's taking himself out the game because he's sitting out there playing like he pays you. He just standing out there basically shooting like, I think he took, 7 shots the last game. I think like 5 of them was threes. What are you doing? You don't shoot that well. You not paid you.
Yeah.
Get your big ass, your big long ass and drive in the goddamn hole. Drive in the paint. But, again, I said close 5-game series. I'm going to still stick with a close 5-game series. I think that Toronto would take every other game in this series.
All right, cool. Spurs, Denver, real quick. I believe I said
Man,
Spurs
Rudy
in
Gay,
5.
look,
Still Spurs in 5.
I hate to do this to you, but Rudy Gay Game 2 was your fault. From at the end of the third quarter, you had a god-awful stretch, and it really hurt your team. I think y'all was up like 8. You had a turnover, then you took a bad shot. I think you got the lead down to like 6 or something like that going into the fourth quarter. You had a horrible stretch, and you really, really hurt your team. And I'm not going to blame this loss on Rudy Gay, because Rudy Gay is not 100% of the reason why they lost this game. But from when I tuned in and I watched, Rudy Gay was a huge reason as to why they lost that game. You need to play better. But I'm going to still go with Spurs in 6. I'm going to go with... I mean, Jamal Murray...
5.
I mean, like, look, Jamal Murray caught the Holy Ghost and had, what, I think 23 in the fourth. But that's not going. I don't. You can't depend. Yeah, you can't depend on that.
He not doing that on the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray not scoring 23 on the Riverwalk.
Exactly. You're not doing that shit. Like, that's not gonna happen
Riverwalk.
every night. And again, I think that LaMarcus has been outplaying Jokic like I thought he would.
Yeah.
At least offensively, because I think a lot of Jokic's dominance depends on other people. Moving on to the one I really want to talk about.
All right.
Houston, Utah. Quinn Snyder. You need to walk into the locker room and apologize to your team for not giving them a chance to win a basketball game. Because this shit is 100% on you. I'm sorry. That defensive scheme you are coming up with for James Harden is the most elementary, basic, terrible, and honestly disrespectful scheme I have ever seen a coach come up with for a star player.
It's
basically,
the same scheme that the Bucks use. They just don't have Giannis.
It's not the same scheme
Giannis
as...
is the great... Giannis is
It's
a
not
great
the same
equalizer.
scheme as the Bucks use.
And Brooklyn... you also have Brook Lopez out there.
It's not the same scheme as the Bucks use, because even if you look at how Lopez is guarded, like Bledsoe was never guarding him from behind. Rubio was literally guarding the man from behind. That was never what Bledsoe was doing. Bledsoe was right here with the man like this. The man, Rubio, literally on the man hip like that. And basically what you're doing is saying, okay, we know you an MVP. We know you great. We know you average 36 points. But we don't think you can dribble with your right hand.
It's not that. It's either you gonna score 56 points against us or you're gonna score 30. Right now he's only scoring about 30.
No, but I would much rather play Harden head up. And if this man gonna shoot them terrible ass step backs, which are all bad shots. I love watching them, but that's just all bad shots.
Harden's only averaging 29 points so
That's
far.
dope. He played one game.
Yeah, but even in game 2, what does he got? Let's see. In game 2, Harden has 32.
And what exactly?
32, 11, and 8.
Exactly.
Yeah, but still 30.
How much left in the game?
11 to 22. It's
How much left in the game?
It's 3 minutes left. But also, what did I tell you about Donovan Mitchell? Donovan Mitchell has 11 points on 5 of 17 shooting from the game.
Okay.
What you wanted him to do with that?
No,
I told you what Donovan Mitchell was going to do in this series.
Still, this doesn't excuse.
He does have 5. He does have 5 assists, but no.
But still, this doesn't excuse the defensive scheme that you came up for James Harden. I would much rather you play that man straight up, and if the man gonna go out there and give you fucking 50 on step backs, I can live with that.
I also don't know why Derek Favors is starting in this series.
He doesn't need to start. Jay Crowder
should be starting, and honestly, Jay Crowder should be defending James Harden.
I agree with that.
Put Jay Crowder on James Harden the
Yeah, you
entire
saw Pat
game.
Beverly giving them like pointers. I don't know why you're still putting Rubio on the man. Like, come on, he done made Rubio fall at least 4 times.
Yeah, it's not
at least 4 times.
It's not fair what he's doing. To Rubio.
3 years ago, Rubio was crawling on his knees trying to guard James Harden. Remember that play?
Yeah, he's making Rubio do the Macarena.
Literally, he's making Rubio look terrible. Quinn Snyder, like I think I heard a quote
that
from
song
somebody
was fire, by the way.
that says, "Your coach wins you 1 game, your bench wins you 1 game, and your starters win you 2." Quinn Snyder is losing games for his basketball team right now. He is not putting the Utah Jazz in the best position to win basketball games.
They can't win basketball games. I told you that they were going to lose. I think I might have said they was going to get swept.
I think I said Rockets in 6. But still, he is not putting coming into the game. He is not putting them in the best position to win basketball games. The series shouldn't look the way it looked. What, both games have been blowouts? 30-point blowouts, if I'm not mistaken? The first game was like 20 points. This game was what, how much?
It's basically 28, 20. I mean, yeah.
This shouldn't happen. This shit on you, dog.
Yeah.
Like, y'all got, top 5 defense in the league? The
Yeah.
Rockets have scored,
They only scored, they scored 95 through 3 quarters.
Come on, G.
Yeah, but Donovan Mitchell's not putting any pressure on him. If Donovan Mitchell gonna score 11 points, we getting blown out anyways.
We shouldn't be losing like this. We should be losing like 15 at this point.
I mean, I'm not mad.
We should be losing by. We're losing by 28.
He has been making bad decisions defensively, but
Harden has 32.
He is doing what he thinks is the right thing, and
this is not the right. How do you think this is the right thing?
I didn't say it was the right thing, but also I think it's also points out that the Jazz don't have enough scores.
This is one of those series where it's like you go to the offseason, you might get fired.
There's not even anybody to put pressure on James Harden. I don't think he's gonna get fired.
Like this is, but this like I'm putting as much of this series.
They're gonna win at least 1 game in Utah, possibly.
They better.
If they lose game 3, obviously they're getting swept. But it actually depends. If they lose the first half of the game in game 3, they're getting swept. That's really for them. They have 24 minutes left in this series, and that's what that is to me. And he either makes the proper adjustments or he doesn't. I don't even understand why I understand the philosophy of just play hard on 1-on-1, but if you're gonna play on 1-on-1 and allow him to just do what he want to do in the pick and roll, like you're not doing that anyways.
Play him straight up.
I'm fine if you want to double, but don't have Derek Favors on the floor. Derek Favors can't rotate on anybody. Derek Favors out there shooting threes in Houston.
Derek Favors is out there shooting.
That
was fucking. You said Derek Favors out there
shooting threes in Houston. Like, come on, man. Houston, we have a problem.
You said
we have a problem.
Derek Favors out there shooting threes in Houston.
We have a problem.
Not even at home. He ain't doing that shit in Utah. He ain't doing that shit with the encouragement of the home crowd. He out there in the Toyota Center shooting threes. Yeah. Corner threes.
Yeah, but all right. Let's get ready to get out of here. Let's talk about the Bucks and the Pistons.
Bucks Pistons. My analysis is Blake was hurt. Blake was hurt. Blake was hurt. Is my analysis. Blake was hurt.
Should we name this episode Blake was hurt?
We can.
We've never ever named the episode.
So Blake was hurt. We named the episode Blake was hurt.
Blake literally the playoffs come and Blake go and grab his suit.
Gee, literally. It ain't the playoffs until Blake get hurt. If Blake ain't hurt, the playoffs ain't started.
Yeah,
that's my analysis. Blake was hurt, but I do want to give a shout out to Luke Kennard.
Why? They still all getting hooped to the moon.
I mean, yeah, but like Luke Kennard is a guy where it's like, I think for him and his personal confidence, he can take this series and springboard himself into the summer by the fact that he's played good in the playoffs. Shout out Dwayne Casey for starting him in the last game. I think that at least helped keep it close for some points of like a slight of time because you at least had some more some more scoring in the lineup.
I think Blake plays in game 3 and he's gonna play in game 3.
How, bro?
He's out there warming up on the court.
I don't know how, bro.
It's still 2 days until game 3. He's gonna be okay.
Have you seen the braces on his knee?
Yeah, I have. He played with those braces at the end. I think.
Also, what is wrong with his knee?
He has bad tendonitis, but that's what Charles and them said. Like, just play through it. Like, the same thing with Embiid. Like, if you got bad tendonitis, like, just play through it and and then your leg will warm up eventually. But he's just got bad tendonitis right now. And supposedly they just don't want to risk it because he's got a history with knee injuries. Which I understand. You the franchise. Like, we traded for you, so I'm not finna risk you going out there. Like, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, because Blake said that he thinks he could play, but the organization doesn't want him to play. But I think that's legit. They're like, look, with AC, we were probably going to get swept anyways. There's no point in risking you getting hurt when we need you for next year, and we're going to try to get better over the summer. So let's just try to get better over the summer, and let's focus on the summer. And he probably like, yeah, but I want to play in the playoffs because, like, I had a great year. And he was literally arguably a top 5 player in the NBA this year. right?
Not mad at it.
So I said arguably, not definitely.
Not
He's
mad at it.
arguably
That's
a
why
top
I'm
5
arguing,
player.
so I'm not mad at
He was arguably a first team All NBA guy. So I mean, it sucks, but they finna get swept, and if they don't get swept, they might squeak one out in Detroit, but only if Blake plays. But I mean, we can name this episode "Blake was hurt." Hashtag Blake was hurt.
Put that man in a suit on the goddamn cover. Blake was hurt.
Blake was hurt, man.
Hashtag Blake was hurt. That's
Yeah.
literally my whole analysis for Bucks Pistons. Is Blake was hurt.
Yeah.
But it's been a Hoops and Brews.
All right, if you can pick one game,
What's up?
One game until Saturday, that's gonna be a spoiler game for a team. Which game will it be? Everybody played before Saturday.
Trying to think.
Everybody play, and you're gonna get a game 3 and a game 4, most likely.
I think that game before Saturday. I think that game. Honestly, I'm gonna pick game 3 for Portland.
All right.
Because I think that the way they went into it, hopefully you think like, okay, yeah, we gonna go up 3-1. You coming there a little bit like a dance go, like even Kenny was saying, like, yo, when you on the road, the game starts when you land in that city. So hopefully they don't get too comfortable, especially coming up the way they came up last year. Like hopefully they don't get too comfortable. And Russ could very well rebound. PG could give you one of those games. Now you 2-1, and then they take both games at home. Now we back 2-2. Series even, everything you did don't matter no more. So I'm gonna go game 3 for Portland.
All right, I'm gonna go game 4 for the Clippers, but I think it depends on game 3. If they get annihilated in game 3, they gonna lose in game 4 and lose in game 5. But if they play decent in game 3 and they still just lose, I think in game 4 they can survive. Or if they win in game 3, I think they can win in game 4. I still think game 4 for me is the real upset game for the Clippers. I don't think this game 2 wasn't meant to be an upset. The Warriors just
I don't know what the fuck
Warriors.
that was.
There was just a debacle.
I don't know what that was.
Legit. That was a 28-3 by the Warriors in that game, basically. So the Clippers still ain't got that game where I thought they was gonna sneak a game out.
Yeah,
they still haven't got that game. So I think they can still realistically get that game. So what if they get that game and get another game?
You heard what Doc said. He was like, the comeback was great, but like looking at reality, they still shot 50%. We didn't necessarily like play good. They just like collapsed.
Yeah.
So like the Clippers still haven't really exactly played good from the offset. Like you came back 31, but you were still down 31.
It would be insane if we both got Clippers wins in Staples.
I might faint.
Bro, that would be crazy. But also, you have to, if possible, ask Steph Curry a question.
I got you.
If you ask him a question, we're gonna take that audio and we're gonna put that to start out this episode, and we're gonna play that shit. And we're gonna name the next episode Pavy asked Steph Curry a question in the NBA playoffs.
We posting that shit on Twitter immediately.
I'm not joking.
Immediately.
But also it'll be on NBA through the live stream.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be sitting by my phone waiting on it.
I got you.
So I need of course a great Doc Rivers question. I need a great Steph Curry question. And if you can, ask Kevin Durant a question, because I know you're going to ask him some kind of nerd-ass question. He going to be like, oh, this guy asks great questions. Thank you.
I want to get KD on Hoops and Brews.
I'm going to give you a very articulate answer. What's your name, young man?
I want to get KD on Hoops and Brews. That's like one of my life goals.
You watched my Knuckleheads interview, didn't you? That's what Kevin Durant going to be saying.
I want to sit.
You watched the Knuckleheads podcast, didn't you?
And talk basketball with Kevin Durant. It's one of my life goals. I want to sit and talk basketball with KD.
KD being here talking basketball would be funny, because I'm still going to be saying the same thing to KD about KD this fast. I'm like, bruh, he going to be like, how you think I'm soft? I'm like, G, I don't think you soft like somebody gonna beat you up, G. But on the court, G.
Soft like somebody gonna beat you up.
You're not soft like somebody gonna whoop your ass.
You just pussy in between them lines.
You the Slim Reaper. You might steal on a lot of motherfuckers. Like with ease. You got that reach.
DC, G. You might.
Not even that. You got that reach, G. You can reach no further than anyone. You could be across the table and punch somebody over there. So that ain't the case. But on that court, G, why you be disappearing, bro? That's what I want to know. Why you be disappearing? That's vanilla serve ice cream. That's soft, KD. It's that chocolate vanilla serve. But still, KD come through. And I know KD gonna be flaming me. He probably gonna call me a broke bitch. So what?
He called me a broke
So what? So what? I ain't disappearing.
Nah, I'm telling you, that's literally is my life goal to get KD on Hoops and Brews. We need that. The world needs that. I need to talk basketball with Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you should meet up with him in the hallway and ask him.
I got you.
He probably got a day in LA.
I got you.
Well, he not gonna do that shit in the playoffs.
Do it in the off season, bro.
Actually, just ask him a question after the game. See if you can find it all. Like, hey, KD, can I ask you a quick question?
I got you.
The fans want to know.
It depends on what happens in the game.
Nah, I know, of course.
They lose that shit. Hell no. Like, we
of
mad
course.
as hell.
I will say this: if the Clippers lose that game to the Warriors and it's a blowout, it's definitely gonna be very interesting to see that. To see the Clippers locker room as well as to see Doc. As well as even to see the press conference, especially now that we've been in those rooms and now that I've been in that room, like I just have a different perspective on seeing a lot of stuff, so it's always just like kind of funny, just like looking at that stuff, but also thinking about how you go through the whole season covering the team and then the playoffs are here and we randomly get the Warriors. When we was like, yeah, we get the Warriors, we might not get the passes, but we actually get the press passes. Yeah. We're able to go to the game. And then, like, you could be interviewing Steph. You could be, like, asking Steph Curry a question at post-game in the playoffs. And they was like, Steph, like the dude with the mic, hey, come over here with that mic, G. Come over here with that mic, G.
Pavy here with HoopsNBrews.
Yeah, exactly, G.
Steph.
We gotta pin that to the profile. Leave that there
forever. But no, big shout out to the Clippers. Really appreciate you guys.
Steph Curry, can you please next question, Pavy? That would be amazing. Next question.
Fucking amazing. I'm posting that shit. I'm just gonna be my goddamn ringback tone. Next question. It's my goddamn ringback tone. We taking that shit back to 2012 with ringback tones.
But alright, man, I still can't believe this man Scott, G.
Dog, G, I thought it was
Should I leave that in the podcast?
Yes, that was fucking hilarious. That is a top 5 moment in HoopsNBrews history. I literally thought it was over. Like, usually I would continue talking, but I thought it was over for you, bro. You was like, oh my god. It even like the way they knocked. Like, it sounded like it was like the police or the very police.
Bro, why
knocked.
he do that?
I don't know.
I literally texted him like, don't do that no more.
Like,
next time text me, bro. Bro, I was like, oh, fuck.
I'm like, damn, she was out loud, bro.
I was like, oh, fuck,
like, god
bro.
damn.
I was like, oh, fuck, it's over. But all right, man, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, don't drink and drive.
Oh.
And yeah.
Follow me on Twitter at Pavy World. Love for You is out right now.
You got a new single, it's fire.
Love for You is out right now. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, wherever you like to get music from. Yeah, you got a movie out.
Yeah, oeomovie.com. Go check that out. It's a great film. It's an action film. You'll enjoy it. Trust me. And it's free. It's 100% free. oeomovie.com. Real TPJ. That's REEL TPJ. I appreciate it. Do me a favor. Don't send me DMs on my personal page. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much.
She said she loved me. I'm her threat. She riding with me. She siding with me. I'm pulling the 3. I'm the MVP. We gon' slide, and then we gon'